sold. These are from Home Zone. It's actually a set of 6 mesh linkable solar lights. So it's solar light technology. So of course they charge during the day and then come on automatically at night. But these have an additional security feature that when there is motion detected, they ramp up the intensity of the light. They're also linkable, so they mesh with one another, and you can set them up so that you can have them come on when you want them to and which lights you want to come on at different times. So it's a really cool idea. We've got them now at a clearance sale price of $69.99. You get 6 of them, and you have a choice of 2 colors. So this is the black. And then we also have the bronze choice. So do you want to see the lights first in action?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Can somebody turn the lights off just for a second so we can see how great they look at night? So here's what happens. Sun goes down, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so there you have your ambiance, right? And then, so it just sensed chilling, walking by there, and it bumped up. So I have them on separate channels just to show you that if you have some in the front yard and some in the back, they don't mesh together. But so then if I come over here and activate this one, you'll see all of those then turn on as well. It's a really nice safety feature.
Yes.
You know, for me, I love it when I let my dog out in the yard, and then when it starts, when he walks past one, the whole yard lights up so that then you can see everything. So that's how that motion sensor works. There's
so
a little eye in the front that's going to sense when it gets dark. It's a dusk till dawn. Those are going to stay lit for you about 8 to 10 hours, depending on how many activations. But then that's also where that sensor is in there, is where that's going to ramp it up, like you said, from the 10 lumens, which is just your real soft ambiance. It's just creating that nice little garden accent light, to then bump it up to all the way up then to that
like bam. So when
lumens.
somebody walks up, which is when you want the light so that it's safe and their pathway is illuminated, then it's going to do it. Also let you know, or let them know that, you know, we can see you. So we're at home.
We're home, we see you.
You know, they're probably not expecting it if they're up to no good. So I love that. The installation is also amazing. And again, this is a stake light. So you don't have to call an electrician. You don't have to trench your yard. You literally put the stake in the ground and you can take them with you when you go. So that's the great thing. If you're, you know, moving, these can go with you.
Exactly. So I was just going to show you the underside of how that kind of works and where the channels and the settings are. So these are your channel settings here. You have 4 different channels. So if you want to have other solar lights or multiple, maybe you have a big property, you can change the channel from 1, 2, 3, 4.
So think about that like you would change a radio station.
Exactly.
So if you want all the lights set to one station, you can change it to that channel. If you want a different channel, you can adjust it, and they'll all talk to each other when they're linked by channel.
Exactly. And then you also have an option for a color temperature. You know, when we talk about color temperature, you know, how close do you want this to resemble an incandescent light, or do you want it more of daylight, or do you want it a cool white? You have that option right there. That's 3 different color temperatures that you can do, which is a really nice feature too, because maybe you want that warm glow, but at Christmas time you have more of the whiter lights, then you can switch that out. So that's just a simple switch. In fact, I'll try and show you the different color temperatures when we bring down the lights again on my shirt. If we can, there we go.
There we go.
So there's your warmest light, and then there's your cool light, and then you have your daylight. So that's kind of how those different lights interact together, and you can choose them. And so just as I did that over here, you saw these lights bumped up.
Right.
So these are sensing the motion here, and then on the ones in front of you, we'll just go ahead and bump those up again.
Right. And what's the range? Because when they first went off,
16 feet.
I was going to say
Jillian
it was on the other side of the camera.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah,
so you have a nice range. And also, as far as the linkability, you know, where they are in your property, you're going to get 154 feet, which is more than half the distance of a football field.
Right.
So if you do, like for me, we have a little creek in the back of our property. If I wanted to light that up too, I could, and have that on that motion activator sensor.
And it's so good, especially when you have pets and, you know, they're outside at night in the backyard. Like our backyard's great during the day. It looks fabulous. Everybody loves it. The nighttime, it turns into like the Black Lagoon. It looks really scary. So this is great to have them in places where you don't necessarily have access to like electricity. You can't plug, you know, this in with an extension cord all the way back in the back of the property. So now I can have light in that area, and it will respond, like you see, to motion, giving it a little bit more of a bumped up and brighter look. M131 497 final quantities. These are now 35% off the regular QVC price. You can get them home for $23.33. So maybe you need more than the half of a football field length of coverage. Get yourself more than one set.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so they're so great that you don't have to hire an electrician.
Right.
You literally just take these and you stake them right in the ground yourself. So I'll just pull one out so that I can show you. There is the stake that is included, and these are very generous too.
Yeah.
What you see out in the marketplace is not normally this big. These are about 17.5 inches tall, so they are substantial. You know, you've got that metal pole there. This is real glass construction too. But for me, Jane, I just think they're pretty too.
They're attractive, you know, when it comes to the actual look. It's that standard look like you would pay thousands of dollars to have a professional put in, but it's solar powered, and of course they're not tethered, so you can stretch them and put them wherever you want, even in pots if you wanted to do that on either side of a door. And 131497, like we said, final quantities on this, $69.99. Thank you so much for coming
great to
in.
see you.
I
Thanks
love
for
these.
having
These are really
me.
good. Black or bronze, your choice, and you get all 6 of them for that price. All right, Pat.
All right, we are going to talk about something fancy, and that's you. And you're always going to